back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I finally started learning the piano last night. Finally. At 4 a.m. yesterday morning, I finally said, fuck it, I'm going to try piano. I was scrolling on my phone, and one of those courses that pops up now, you know, the ones that have been discounted from like $1,300 to $12. Fucking spewing if you bought that a couple of weeks ago. So I saw one for piano and I watched the first lesson, and 3 minutes into the first lesson of this course, I had learnt more about piano than the hours and hours I've spent YouTubing so far and getting nowhere. So I bought it and I started playing at 4 a.m. yesterday morning, and I've played a little bit today, and I'm already better at piano than I am at guitar. Guitar, which I spent about 10 years trying to learn. I fucking suck at guitar. And I honestly, legitimately tried to learn the guitar for about 10 years, on and off 10 years. And I just got fucking nowhere. I tried to teach myself. I printed out thousands of tabs and then I tried to teach myself. I'm like, if Bob Dylan can do it, I can do it. That honestly ran through my head. I was like, if Bob can do it, then Boyle can do it. All I need is a few sheets of tabs and a little bit of determination. So I spent about 5 years teaching myself guitar on tabs, and I fucking sucked. Like, I was bad. I was worse at guitar than I was at skateboarding. Let's put it that way. So I'm like, I need to get a teacher because I'm teaching myself, and my teacher is a fucking idiot. I need to get some lessons. I'm going to start paying for some lessons. I didn't want to learn guitar because I loved music either. It wasn't a passion thing. I just wanted to get laid. I didn't give a fuck about the music. I just wanted to be able to pop out a fucking acoustic at a party, play a little bit of fucking Wonderwall, and then get some lovin'. That was the only reason I wanted to learn guitar. Some of you might say that's a very shallow reason to pursue an art. What is more of a driving force than puss? Tell me. Makes the world go round. So I'm like, fuck this. I've already put 5 years into learning guitar and I can only play the intro to Damn It by Blink-182. So I decided to get a teacher. I'm like, I'm not fucking sparing any money on this. So I get a music magazine and I find some cunt in there and he's charging $100 for 45 minutes. And I had a little bit of money at the time, had a little bit of stolen money at the time. So I was like, fuck yeah, it's an investment for my future. So I call him up. His name was Bob. The first lesson was free. And so I turn up to Bob's house. Fucking Bob's house in Chatswood, Sydney. And I remember his house. It was a complete fucking shithole with fucking shit everywhere, music memorabilia. It fucking stunk. Bob was a short, fat guy with a ponytail. I'm like, this guy is perfect. I was a little bit hesitant on Bob at the start, to be honest with you, but I sat down and he's like, so what do you know? Just teach me as though I've never seen a guitar before in my entire life. I've been trying to learn it for 5 years. Every single day for 5 years. But let's just say I'm an alien from another planet and I've never seen a fucking guitar before. And he's like, what do you want to learn? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I want to play songs. I want to be able to play songs at house parties and get girls. That's what I want to do. He's like, what music do you like? I'm like, whatever girls like at the time, I don't give a shit. He's like, so what music do you want to be able to play? I'm like, I don't... Alright, Bob, old rock and roll. I'd like to be able to play old rock and roll. And Bob's like, a little something like this. And then he whips out his guitar and plays like a fucking 28-minute fucking solo. I'm like, yeah, like that. Now, can you teach me how to do that? He's like, alright, pull out your guitar and show me what you've got. I'm like, I know the chords. I know how to do the chords. I just can't change between like a G and a D and a C smoothly. And I have no idea how to strum. I can't strum. He's like, strumming's easy. It's basically in this rhythm. And he gave me some fucking rhythm. He's like, da, 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 da. And he's like, just follow this, da, da, da. He's like, stay on G and just do this, da, 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 da. He's like, change to C. Duh, 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 duh. I'm like, fucking hell, I'm playing guitar. And then by the end of that first free lesson, I could sort of strum. I could sort of strum a little bit of a song, and I'm like, fuck, this is great. Bob's like, do you want to come back? And I'm like, fuck yeah, Bob, I want to come back. He's like, all right, it's $100 for 45 minutes, but if you pay for 10 lessons up front, it's $80 a lesson. I'm like, I'll be taking 10 lessons. Don't worry about that, Bob. You are a miracle worker. You are a guitar god. So I paid him the $800, and it turns out Bob was fucking retarded. Whenever I went there, it was like we were meeting each other for the first time again. He's like, what's your name again? I'm like, I'm Dave. Yeah, I gave you $800 last week. Remember? Every week it was the same. I would turn up. He would fucking talk for the first 15 minutes about Buddy Guy. He's like, do you know who Buddy Guy is? I'm like, no. He's like, all right. That's your homework for next week. You've got to look up Buddy Guy and listen to some of his songs. I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. I'm really struggling with the G at the moment. He's like, last time Buddy Guy was in Australia, I toured with him. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, did you? He's like, yep. One of his band members got sick, and they were like, who can we get to replace the band member? And they were like, no one knows Buddy Guy music better than Bob. Let's get Bob. So I went down and played with Buddy Guy, and I jammed with Buddy Guy, and I'm like, Buddy, I just want to show you this one thing. And there's this lick in one of his songs that you have to, I don't know what the fuck it was, but you have to like do a bend, and I played it for Buddy, and Buddy was like, wow, man, I never thought I'd see anyone play that lick better than me. Thanks for showing me, Bob. I'm like, for fuck's sake. Every week he would bring it up. He'd be like, that reminds me of the time I played for Buddy Guy. I showed him that. I'm like, Bob, I've heard this story before. He's like, all right. Where were we? I'm like, well, I can't do a bar chord. I've been here for 4 weeks now, and I still can't do a bar chord. He's like, you're struggling with the bar chord, are you? You've got to develop a little bit of strength in that index finger. He's like, see, look at this. And then he'd show me a bar chord and play like a fucking blues riff for 20 minutes. I'm like, Bob, for fuck's sake. At the rate we're moving, Bob, I am not going to be getting any girls at any house parties with any acoustic guitars. I think I went to 6 of those lessons, and it was just too much of a waste of my time. There's only so many times you can hear the Buddy Guy story. Fucking Bob and Buddy Guy. Then after that, I went back to teaching myself, spent another 4 years trying to teach myself, and fucking all I can do is play a little bit of the start of Stairway to Heaven, just like the first little bit, and I can play Knocking on Heaven's Door real fucking bad. That's all I can do. And in about 2 hours today on the piano, I'm already better than I was 10 years playing guitar. Anyway, that's it for me tonight. I've got to go back practice piano. I don't know what for. I don't even know why I'm learning the piano. It's just something I've had in my head. Anyway, alright, that's me. Add us on social media, Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Subscribe to the podcast. Do that shit. Tell your friends about it. I know you're coronavirusing it and you don't give a fuck at the moment. It's all good. I'll see you the fuck later.